Hello my divines, welcome to another episode of Get Fierce Fridays. Today I am going to show you guys how I do my cut crease. I will do kind of like a step-by-step guide tutorial for a cut crease. Like, I know that they can be intimidating and it seems like it's really hard, but I am hopefully going to show you how it can be done fairly easily. All you need, again, is practice. If you just kind of practice this over and over, then you will get it in no time at all. So without further ado, let's go. Right here, right now, cut crease on Davion Stitch. From this to this. Okay, so I've already applied my foundation, I have done my brows, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Clinique base this is as what I use for my primer. Sometimes this has kind of a grayish silver tint to it because I would like to work with gray colors and shimmers today with this cut crease. So I am going to go ahead and use this primer. You don't have to necessarily use this type of primer. You can use concealer if you prefer as well. And I will have all of the descriptions in my comments below of all of the things that I use today. How I typically apply this primer is I just kind of put it on my ring finger here, and then I take my other ring finger and I kind of squish it together. This will be used for my right eye, this will be used for my left eye. Probably one of the most important steps to doing awesome eyeshadow is your primer. With your primer, you want to be sure that you're getting your entire lid covered, that it's nice and evenly placed, and you can use a brush or you can use a beauty sponge for the application of your primer. I actually prefer to use my fingers, but you can do whatever you prefer as well. Equally important is going to be setting your primer. Now for today, I'm going to use my pressed powder in order to set the primer. I just put on my eyes, and then I also go ahead and put the pressed powder on my face. Again, you can use a loose powder or you can use an eyeshadow that is very similar to your skin tone in order to set it. The point is you must set it. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to go in with my transition color. As you saw, it is like a grayish color that I want to use because today, as I mentioned, I'm going to be using some gray silver shimmers for my cut crease. And because I'm going to use gray shimmer, silver colors for my cut crease, I wanted to add a little bit of color to that mix as well. So as you can see, I've switched brushes and I am going over my crease just underneath where I did my transition color. So now what I'm doing is I am applying the third eyeshadow, and this is the one that I want darker. I want it to be darker than the other two I put on there. As you can see, I am actually applying it to the outer third of my eyelid. This is going to be a step that you absolutely want to take if you want to have a beautiful cut crease look. And now I am blending. Again, you do not have to put a whole bunch of product on at one time. You can build up with your eyeshadow. So, you just put your color on, you kind of blend it out. And if you want it darker, you can go back and do the same process again. So once again, I am blending it out on the corners, and as you can see, I kind of switched brushes to an angled brush because I want to kind of drag it just on the outside also of my outer third, but in the middle. And then what I do is I take a big fluffy brush and I just go over the entire area just to be sure there's no harsh lines, and I want it to look like it kind of disappears into each other, the colors. Now, one of the most important things about cut crease is, of course, you've got to put concealer on. This is what's going to help your shimmer colors stick to your eyelid, and it is also what is going to essentially cut your crease. So I start off with a bigger kind of brush. It's dense, it's got a lot of space, flat space, because I do have a good amount of eyelid space. And then what I do is I go in with an even smaller one so that I can really get precise with the cut crease. I want to make sure that there's a nice, clear, precise cut crease on there. And so that is why I first go in with the bigger brush with the concealer, and then I go in with a smaller one. The concealer, by the way, that I've used is the Maybelline Age Defying Concealer. I will have the information on it in my description box below. So now that I have applied my concealer and I have a nice looking cut crease, I take another brush, and I don't have any product on it. I kind of tap onto the concealer of each eye. I tap, 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 and I am making sure that it's going to have a sticky type finish. I mean, you don't want it wet from the concealer, but you do want a sticky finish, and that's what I'm making sure that I have right there. So then I am going in with the shimmer. This is the first shimmer color I'm going to use. It comes from the Naked Smoky Palette. And again, as you can see that I sprayed the brush. That is an absolute, almost necessity, I would say, because it really makes the colors come out nice and vibrant and nice and pigmented. And so that is definitely something you want to do, is spray your brush with something like Max Fix and Prime, or I'm using the NYX. And then you just go on with the other eye. Of course, you do it on both eyes, but again, you're just tapping it on. You're not dragging it. You're just kind of tapping it on. And if you watched my July unboxing of the July Boxy Charm, you would have seen that silver shimmer, very pretty shimmer eyeshadow color. That is the second shimmer color I'm going to use, and I use it on the inner third corner of my eye. Again, I spray the brush, I get product on it, and then I tap it on. And then what I would like to do to really make it pop is grab the Stila Stila liquid eyeshadow, and I'm doing like a spotlight effect. So I'm only putting it in the center of my eyelid. And this is just gonna really bring out and make the whole look kind of pop. Once you have your colors on for your cut crease and they are like you like it, what you want to do is kind of take a not super dense brush, but not a super fluffy one either. And you kind of blend all of the colors together, like the color from your outer third of your eye. You want it to blend nicely. You want it to kind of infuse with each other. And so that is what I am doing here. I'm just taking a brush, and I kind of just want to be sure that the outer third corner of my eye is blending in nicely with those shimmers colors on the cut crease. And finally, what I do is I actually go above my crease, because you want to be sure you're not dragging the colors from your cut crease up above your crease. But I am going above my crease, and I am really kind of blending it in. I just want everything to look seamless and kind of disappear into nowhere. And so I'm taking it and blending it in. Again, make sure that you do it above your cut crease. Okay, you guys, I'm going to pop right back at you in just a minute. I'm going to put on my eyeliner and my lashes, and I will be right back with you. And there you have it. I have put on my eyeliner, falsies. I popped a little bit of blush, and popped a little bit of bronzer on, and some nude lipstick. So this is the end result of the cut crease. Let me know what you guys think. After watching this, do you think that it will be easier or harder to do a cut crease? Hopefully this helped. Hopefully it went step by step enough for you guys to be able to do it. Most of all, it's just going to take practice. That's really the bottom line. You just need to practice it, and you know, some people will catch on quicker than others, but everybody will eventually catch on so long as you practice it. So I hope to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my channel, and when you subscribe, hit that bell so that you will be notified every time I upload a video, and you will not miss any videos that will uplift you from the inside out with Get Woke Wednesdays and Get Fierce Fridays. Bye!